Welcome to Let's Curate's webcast series. We're so thrilled to be presenting an amazing lineup of creators at this year's Art Expo exhibition in New York City. One of the most sought-after international events in the art world, this event attracts over 200 galleries, artists, and publishers, showcasing exciting artwork, ceramics, sculptures, and much more. Today, I'm speaking to Lia Mavrozoumi, a Greek artisan specializing in pottery. Her pieces have been displayed at the historic Zappeion Megaron in Greece, and we will be sharing links to her work for Art Expo on our website very soon. Hi, Lia. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hello, my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
So I want to start, I'm so fascinated by whenever I interview an artisan, I'm always fascinated by their history and their background and where they come from, because I feel, a lot of our creations and our inspirations consciously or unconsciously come from our surroundings. And you are from Greece, a country magical, full of history and mythology. Has that been a big factor in your choice as an artisan, as a profession, and in your profession as a potter?
You are so right about this unconsciously, because we don't understand it. It is in our DNA in a way, the history. To be honest, initially I was as a trader. I have studied finance. I had another profession, nothing to do with pottery, but it was something that when I was historic places, acropolis, museums, even to islands, I was attracted in a way to the pots, small pots, big vases, vessels, history, everything. So I decided to make a huge turn and make seminars and lessons and everything to learn about pottery, clay, and the history. So I finally found myself lost in a way that I was so happy and so fascinated. I was so attracted to this. So I think that yes, history, in order to make the long short, history is in our DNA. So it really affected me in a way to, as an artisan, as a human being, that I wanted to deal with this.
I want to follow up by asking you, when you make your creations now, you've already switched professions and now you're deeply involved in creating on a daily basis. Are your creations based on traditional principles, or are you more of a creative person who kind of leans towards contemporary foundations when it comes to pottery?
Basically, I combine both. I see tradition and my shapes, my forms. I like the vases, the ancient vases, the historic vases that we find in Greece, but they have my fresh, let me say, look. They have a contemporary touch, a modern touch to them, but mainly based on tradition and on history. That's why, but we will talk about this later, Atlas. It's like a red-figured vase. Yes, I think tradition, but with another look, with my eyes, there's a fresh touch, a modern touch on history, on tradition.
I understand, because that's what makes your pieces so special, because it's your own special, I would say, flavor and your own special, unique thinking when you are recreating a piece based on traditions. That's very interesting.
It is indeed. I think about something. A lot of times I can dream of this. I'm thinking about it. I start making it, but every time, I swear, every single time, it ends up not totally, but different, because I let the clay and to guide me. I have something in mind based on traditional history. It's my images that I have from my visits to places, to nature, to the sea, museums, wherever. And then I start, I think of it, I draw it on a paper, and then I start making, and as I proceed with this process, I leave it. I want it to guide me. I set it free in a way, you know. So, but what I want most is that when I see it and when I feel it, it's like a child, you know. When I see it and when I feel it, I want it to feel happy, and I think it has a story to tell. You know, it's like it has a life. It's a way of give and pass my feelings to this every piece that I make.
That's wonderful. It's almost as if it's alive. You know, it's almost as if your ways are alive, because it's telling a story that's come from your mind, and it's entered the vase, and it's really interesting. I like the way you're describing it, because now when I look at your creation and when you've told me this, it makes me look at it in a different sort of way, because I will probably look at your creations and I'll tell myself, what is the story behind this? What is this trying to tell me? And that is the unique perspective I think every creator brings to the table. So Lia, typically, how do you get an idea? Do you decide, no, tomorrow I'm going to make something new, or do you just wait for the idea to come to you, or you're walking on the street and something inspires you?
Many times, actually, many times. This happens many times. No, I don't say tomorrow I have to do something. No, I have to feel it. I have to think about it. I have to dream it. I have to draw it, and then I implement it. I make it happen. You know, it's not. To be honest, there are times in the past that they have asked me to do something, you know, bespoke. So they tell me, you know, I have this fireplace, for example, and I want you to make us a bed. So I said, okay, give me time. I want to see photos. I want to visualize it in a way. I want to feel that this is the right time, and I will do it. I cannot, you know, it's not to press a button and you make a vase. I cannot work like this. But inspiration is everywhere. When you walk by the sea and you see these nice shells, they give you a feeling of the texture. And I use shells and stones to give textures to my ceramics a lot of times. Maybe leaves to give you from from the palm trees. These leaves, the big ones that they are dried, they give me an idea to make a bowl like this, for example. So you can find inspiration everywhere, in the nature, in the museum, in the streets. When I go to Cyclades with our beautiful islands, Greek islands, and you see the blue and the white and everything. So you can find inspiration everywhere, believe me.
That's wonderful.
It comes naturally.
I can totally believe that. And then, now that you've told me about this, I'm so excited to actually hear about your first submission for Art Expo New York, which is called Atlas. I absolutely love the name. It's from one of my favorite books, but I'm very keen on knowing what your perspective is of this particular piece.
When I first, I like curves. I like organic forms. I don't like straight lines, especially it's not. So I wrote it. A vessel, a vase, a smooth one, but rough at the same time. That's why I use this black stoneware clay, which is fired at 2000. We have Celsius. I don't know how in Fahrenheit. It's a high temperature clay, and I wanted to no glaze, nothing, to see it rough, to see it how originally this clay is. So I tried to, I started making a smooth vessel. And when I say smooth, I mean a smooth curve. A smooth curve, and it has a symmetry that, to be honest, I didn't expect it because it's very easy when you use coils, and you build it. It's a little bit right or left, and you have to make corrections. And believe me, honestly, I did not make any correction. It was the shape. It was like this. I said, oh. I was turning it again. Oh my God! I mean, how did this happen? So I made a vessel with coiling, building, coil, and I added up to the form, to the shape that you have seen, Atlas, and then I glazed only the rib to decorate it and to give this something which make it special. When I glazed it, and I was waiting, and I was thinking, and when I saw the results, I said, okay, this is like the earth. This is like the map. If you see the figures, well, it's not figures, but the glazing, the effect that gives is like the red figured vessels that we had in ancient Greece, but it reminds also the world map in a way. And to be honest, again, I was seeing that, but I was trying to see that I'm not that I'm right. So okay, I showed this to my friends. Said, okay, can you tell me what this reminds you of? And everybody said the same thing. So I said, okay, I'm right. It was maybe because I don't know how did it, every time it's a surprise. Everything that you take out of the kiln, it's a surprise actually. You never know that you're gonna have this particular outcome, unless it's something, if it's handmade, you have surprises, good and bad. But in this case with Atlas, I think we have a good surprise. So it's a vase with a stoneware clay, high temperature clay, that means, and you can see the growths in the body of the vessel, but it was glossy in a way, glazed on the rim, which reminds of the world.
That's incredible. It's almost, when you're saying all this, Lia, I can feel the magic. When you're saying these things, I know now that there's so much.
I'm very glad about it.
You can't, yes, you have an idea and you have a process, but it's amazing to me that when you say that you don't know what's going to come out of the keel when you're done with it, that's incredible. And the piece that you've created for Art Expo is just it makes it even more magical now that you've told us about the background. So I'm so fascinated and I'm so excited to have an opportunity to kind of showcase your work, and not just one. We have another work of yours that we are also presenting, and it's called Whale, and I would love to hear your thoughts on that piece too.
I started again. It's a stoneware, black clay, high temperature clay. It's handmade, again with the coiling build process. There's coils, and you build it coiling by coil, and you give a shape. This was not like the other one that I told you, Atlas, that it was okay. It's not so symmetrical, but this organic form is that gives the sense of movement. Of that, it's something that if you look at it from this angle and you look from another angle, it's totally different thing. So it reminds me. I was looking at it, and it reminded me of a whale tail. But that's why I called it whale, because if you see it, it's like a tail from whale. So it has this beautiful light blue turquoise color from the glaze, I mean, which gives you the sense of the ocean, the sea. So that's why I gave this name whale. It's because of the shape and the color, of course, of the glazing. Yes, it's like it has a sense of movement. It's a completely organic form, and it has in a way asymmetry, which is not asymmetry. It's not something. It's not a ball like, you know, that you make a ball with okay, you go to factory and you make a ball, you know. It's something that it has yes, it's like I told you, it's like it has life, and you see it, and if you turn it, you see it in a different angle, in a different perspective. And actually, it's a glaze in the Ceramist, beautiful glaze, beautiful. This color, and it is like making we call it volcano effect. It's like bubbles. It's not bubbles, but it's like it's a volcano, you know. So I had this beautiful effect, and it happened by accident. I don't know how I made it. You know, you glaze it, but I told you it's a surprise always. Yeah, I knew the color. The color.
I kind of know why you call it the whale, because you do see it differently when you're looking at it from different angles. It's almost, and sometimes you have contrasting I would say reactions, because you're looking at it from a certain angle and you feel something, and then you look at it from another angle and it's a completely different feeling or a different emotion. And you're right, it's such a beautiful name for that piece, because it does it's, you feel it's one thing, but it's something else from somewhere else.
Yes, but it is like a tail, you know, from a whale. If you see it, it's this is what it reminds me. But yes, both pieces, especially the whale, has an organic form, has a sense of movement. It's different. It's not so symmetrical like the first one, Atlas. They're both made with the same clay. They both have grog in it, so you can see the grog. You can see the sense of earth. This is something rough but original and back to earth. You know, it's like you touch something that it is. I don't know. I can't find the word, but okay. I guess you have understood. Something rough and something original. You know, to have the sense, and just the reed to give an effect, to give something different. It's a special touch.
Absolutely. Special is the only word that I can think of. Special, inspired, just incredible. There are so many, I mean, when I hear you speak of these things, I cannot wait to, have our people at the gallery and other viewers take a look at your fantastic creations. And I'm so excited to find out, Lia, what can we expect from you in the future? Any new ideas that are bubbling? Anything that you want to share with us about the future collection?
Yes. Basically, I have a new let's say idea now that I work with another shape, with another glazing, with oxides that I make myself, because now I am at this stage, I am experimenting with oxides and glazes that I make my own. They're not, you cannot buy it from the market. And I make a new line, a new collection. And actually, I have talked with the gallery to make a personal exhibition, but it's so early. It's so early. So, but we have discussed it. But I have to make some. I can't go there with just 2 vessels. I have to make a collection with a number of these vessels, and I have to be. As I told you, I cannot press a button and start creating. I have so many ideas, and I have so many love for this, that I'm ready to make this. Yes, and of course with you, whenever if I can give you other pieces, I would be glad. I would be glad. I'm sorry. It would be my pleasure, because it's the first time that I go so internationally. It's my first time.
I want to tell our viewers that Art Expo New York takes place from March 30th to April 2nd. And we will be posting this webcast on our YouTube channel and other social media channels soon, so you can view and purchase Lia's work even if you cannot attend in person. For more updates, follow us on Instagram at @lets_curate, and happy curating, everyone.